Hi, welcome back. My name is Sheldon McLeod. This is Thinking Out Loud, and it's presented to you here on the SaltWire Network. And I want to just for a second ask you to look around where you're at right this moment, wherever it is that you're listening to me, or maybe you're watching this. And I'm guessing it's not like there's a crowd of people all invested in the same thing you're invested in. And these devices that we're all carrying around right now, I've said this before, this social experiment that we're living through, we are right now able to communicate with anybody on the planet. And, with cell phone plans, yes, it's expensive, but really you could call anyone at any time. You could text them, send them a direct message. But I don't know that this isn't one of the loneliest times in our human existence for a lot of reasons. And part of it is because of that instant communication. We've lost that perhaps personal touch. We don't see each other as often as we used to. And the pandemic really did draw that into focus for a lot of people. In fact, it prompted the government of the United Kingdom, I don't know if you know about this, but more than a year ago, they set up a department, a loneliness minister who is talking about this. They've done this in Japan as well, where they've set in motion these opportunities for people to connect. In fact, a Japanese survey recently said about 40% of the people in their country are lonely. And it's not just the elderly, it's about, people in their 20s and 30s as well. And what I love about what we're going to talk about right now is the human connection that's coming through some very amazing ways. An opportunity to pay it forward, an opportunity to get invested in your community, an opportunity for you to reach out to someone who might not be top of mind in a lot of their lives. Maybe it's because they're not on social media. Maybe it's because they're not really able to connect in the ways that they used to because of perhaps their age and their history with their medical situation. Cara Chisholm is here to talk a little bit about We Are Young, WAY. Cara Chisholm in Cape Breton right now. Nice to see you. So good to chat with you about this. So thanks for doing this.
Thanks, Sheldon. It's really exciting to be a part of this conversation.
Now, I have to ask, where did you connect with this? How did that happen?
So almost 8 years ago now, Katie Mahoney and I co-founded We Are Young. It started with a small act of kindness and the realization that a lot of the seniors in our community have dreams and wishes that they would love to see fulfilled. We are working with a very humble generation who put aside their dreams and aspirations for us to be where we are today, and we want to recognize that.
Now, you say it started with a small act of kindness. Tell me that story.
Yeah, so about 8 years ago, Katie Mahoney, the other co-founder, she took a woman in our community who was always volunteering. She was always taking care of others. She took her out to get her nails done and to get her groceries, and they bonded. They really had wonderful conversation. Katie learned about the hardships she'd endured throughout her life and the challenges she was faced with, and it snowballed from there. Katie and I met. I was studying gerontology at Mount St. Vincent at the time, and I spent a lot of my life working and volunteering in various care facilities in my community, and it seemed like a great fit. We work really well together, and with the help of our community, volunteers and supporters, we've created this organization that grants experience-based wishes to seniors, where doing so facilitates a movement designed to shift society's perception on aging and inspires communities to positively view, value, and recognize those seniors living in their community.
What do you get out of this?
Oh my, there's so much. We receive countless emails, phone calls, text messages from the seniors whose wishes we've granted, saying how much it impacted their lives. It's knowing that you're creating change in your community that's really, it doesn't only impact the seniors' lives, it impacts their family, it impacts the community as a whole, and knowing that we're shifting society's perceptions on the views associated with aging. It's a remarkable experience, and it's very rewarding.
Let's talk about how pandemic had created an opportunity in a small way for what it is that you folks are doing.
Yeah, it certainly did. I mean, everyone was faced with challenges throughout the pandemic. And what we realized, at the start, we thought, we had to shut down. We couldn't grant our typical experience-based wishes that we've done for so long. And we thought, okay, how can we pivot? How can we continue to make a difference in the lives of our senior community in a positive way? And we started our Little Wish campaigns. We delivered thousands of care packages to seniors across the province. And it brought so much joy, and to know that they were still thought of during these uncertain times was truly remarkable. Our community came together, and we were able to still create change. And what evolved from those little wishes, it was our Valentine's Day campaign. We've partnered for the last several years with Rousseau Chocolatier, who work and are based out of Halifax, and they package these handcrafted chocolates that for a $10 donation between now and February 6th, a package will get delivered to a senior in Nova Scotia. Our goal right now is to reach 1,000 seniors across the province, and we have, I just checked before we got on our call here, and we're at 650. So we're 350 away from reaching that goal to impacting the lives of 1,000 seniors across our province. And, based on the last couple of years when we really got started with this campaign, we've seen a significant difference and a change that our community has come together to create, to spread a little joy and love on a day where human connectedness is so important. So it's a really exciting time for us here.
No, I did show the website for the folks who are watching this. So how does this work? You go on, there's a button that says purchase. I click on that, and then it tells us where we are at as far as the goal. And so it's as simple as just filling out the form. And do you get to choose where it goes, or is it random? And do you ever find out? Do the people who give of themselves find out how it impacts somebody's life?
So it is done anonymously, and we partner with various community members, various senior organizations and community groups, so that we know that these package of chocolates are being delivered to seniors who could really use that pick-me-up and during this time of the year. And what's important is that there is a note stating that it is from someone in their community who is thinking of them this Valentine's Day. So it does recognize that, but it is done anonymously, and we're really excited to begin delivering these in the next week or so.
So how do you choose who gets them?
So like I said, those community partners who we work with, various, right across the province, we've built wonderful relationships with various community groups who work with seniors regularly, and we get those sent off to them, and they get in the hands of the seniors.
And we're talking about how many? If you hit your goal, how many people?
It would be 1,000.
1,000 in total, right across Nova Scotia. In every corner?
Yes. We try to get every corner we can.
And where do you go from here, Cara? Where does this experience, the We Are Young experience, go? Where does it end up?
For us, it's not only about these Little Wish campaigns that we run. It's not only about these wishes that we grant. It's, what we're achieving as a whole. It's raising the social awareness around the inequalities seniors face. It's encouraging respect for and appreciation of seniors, and facilitating with these Little Wish campaigns that intergenerational connection where seniors experience inclusion and belonging in their communities. There's been a disconnect for so long, and it's important for us to be able to recognize that this generation has done so much for us. And it's about, it's impacted their lives so much. All of these little things that we're doing and the changes that we're hoping to make, and in supporting our seniors, that's the end goal. It's creating the conversation about recognizing our seniors and paying that respect to them for everything that they've done. So it goes far beyond the little wishes and our bigger wishes. It's creating a movement to shift society's perception on aging.
We are young, and forgive me, Cara, but you are young. I'm of an age where grandparents aren't as we lose our grandparents as we get older. I'm just wondering how it is for you and your family. Do you still have a connection? Are your grandparents still around?
I do. My mom's parents. I'm very fortunate to have them, and I have 2 young boys myself, and they have their great grandparents in their lives, and being close to family is so important. There often is that disconnect through generations, and I am very grateful and honored to be able to share the experiences that I had with my parents and my grandparents and show that to my children. My children love to help out, and they love to help the neighbor, and they pop over and they'll visit, and I love seeing them connect with seniors in their lives, because it is so important to me and my values and who I am as a person. And really our charity as a whole is showing how important that is, and being able to spark those conversations. It's so wonderful to be able to talk to my grandfather and learn about our family history, and then pass that down to my children. And it opens up so much of your mind to really put into perspective how far things have gone, whether it be technology and, advancement as a whole, and where they were and how they grew up to where now my children are growing up in what seems to be a different world, but they're connected in so many ways.
My father-in-law used to say, be careful, one of these mornings you're going to wake up and you're going to be the old people. And he's almost 80 now, and we're planning a trip. But I got to say, this epidemic of loneliness it's not a surprise, but it's really, it takes a little work, but we can help people make connections. And that's what you guys are doing. I really applaud that. So congratulations for that. I really am pleased to tell people about We Are Young in the group that you are and the work that you're doing. So congratulations.
Thank you so much. I truly appreciate that.
And the website is pretty easy for you to find. We Are Young, and it is a really easy way to connect and help out, pay it forward, be a part of the Valentine's Day campaign, and become a Valentine to a senior. All the best to you, Cara Chisholm.
Thanks so much, Sheldon.